Hey everyone, this is Mrs. Anderson. I hope you guys opened up the file for the formula page to see how it looks because I will be referring back to it. So we're going to start by talking about perimeter, and perimeter is the outside of any shape, and this is usually a one-dimensional shape. So if you look here at our square, remember these lines mean that each side is the same length. So here our perimeter is 2 feet plus 2 feet plus 2 plus 2, which would be 8 feet. Don't forget about your units. For a triangle, same thing, it's the space around the outside. So our perimeter here, we're just going to add up all the sides. So this would be 3 plus 6 plus 5. So this would be 14 feet. Okay, so let's talk about area now. So area is the space inside of the shape. So remember, just like last week when we talked about circumference, circumference was the outside, area was the inside. So this is something that we did last week, which was area of a circle. If you remember your formula, if not, it is on your page, right on the bottom. There's your circle, and that side's area. So we have pi r squared. Remember, r is radius. Here our r is 3 times 3 squared. So this would be 3 squared is 9 times pi would be 9 pi. And this is inches squared. Area is two-dimensional, so that's why we have the square. And you can multiply that out or leave it the way it is depending on how they're asking for your answer. Okay? Now, for a triangle, and you'll probably remember this from 8th grade, your area formula could be written in two ways. So we have base times height divided by 2, or 1/2 base times height. Either way is the same thing. So let's write that formula down. So I like to use it this way. You could use it the other way. Let's first figure out what our base and our height are. So our height, how tall is the triangle? So if you start from the bottom all the way to the top, it would be this line here. So our height is 7 centimeters. Our base means the bottom. So this bottom is 10 centimeters. And we're just going to plug it in. So base was 10. Height is 7 over 2. 10 times 7 is 70. Over 2 is 35. So this would be 35, and our units are centimeters squared. Sometimes your shape that you're trying to find the area of is a composite shape, meaning it's multiple different shapes together. So we just got to break this up into smaller shapes that we can find the area of. So let's see. If I break this up, let's see, I can get a little shape right there that looks like a square. 2 times 2. This right here would be a rectangle. And we can break this up. So we have a rectangle and a triangle. Now we need to find the area of each. So let's start with this. So we know a square is, let's see, length times width, just like a rectangle, or side squared, which would be 2 times 2, same thing. So the area here is 4 meters squared. This is a rectangle, so we're doing length times width. So 4 times 1 would be 4. This 6 is not this part, right? It's 6 goes with the whole entire thing. So we're just looking at this length and this width. So 4 times 1, that's 4 meters squared. we need to find the area of this rectangle. We know this part is 7, but if you include that 1 meter here from up there, that would be 1 more. These 2 and that would be 2 more. So 7 plus 1 plus 2 would be 10. So that means this whole section is 10. So that means the bottom is 10 too, so 10 meters. Let's see. This whole section was 6. We know that part is 4, so if we subtract those, we can get the leftover. So this is 2 meters. So if we're doing length times width, 10 times 2 would be 20 meters squared. And now we're just left with the triangle. So for this one, it looks like this part was 2, this part was 2, so this is 4. The whole thing is 10, so that means we're left over with 6. And if you remember the area of a triangle, we need the base and the height. Base we found was 10. Height, how tall is it? Well, it's 6 meters tall over 2. So it's 10 times 6 is 60. Over 2 is 30 meters squared. So now we're going to add all these up. So I have the 4, 4, 20, and 30. So that's 58. So the total area is 58 meters squared. One thing I want to talk about real quick, the triangles. Right here we have the height on the side, and the height of this triangle was in the middle. It's just wherever you can tell is the tallest. Usually if it's a right triangle, it's one of the sides. That's easy. But if you have any questions, let me know. And be sure to have this page up somewhere on your computer so you can refer to it.